again?
Some wild cats.
Hey, you hear me? We back with it, man.
You're listening to Some Wild Cats.
You guys represent what is best in America.
Hey, Craig, let me ask you, do you use the same type of Beijing, or do you just, like, you mix that up? like you do just for men?
These dudes, boy.
Y'all, I'm getting ready to put y'all up on something, man.
From the DMV to Wild Cats. Now, let's start the show.
Okay, here we go, man. In 5, 4, 3, 2,
1. What's up, family? It's the Wildcats podcast coming to you live from the Some Wildcats verse. Yes, it's our universe, baby. Live on our YouTube page, live on our Facebook page, and it's going down on Halloween edition. I am Craig Black, and always I got to bring my family to the building. I got my man Keith, a.k.a. Cat Daddy Keith, a.k.a. Keith the Freak, a.k.a. Coach Keith, a.k.a. he don't agree with a damn thing I say. I don't know why. He just has to go left when I go right. It's all good. It's all good. What's up, Keith?
What's up, Black? I got to keep you in line, man. You know I got to keep you in line.
Yeah, I know you do, man. I know you do. Also in the building, last but not least, I got my man Ant, a.k.a. Uncle Ant, a.k.a. the old man, a.k.a. Agent. We don't call him that no more. What's up, Ant?
What's up, Black?
All right. So let me break it down for the peoples. This podcast is about us and our friendship over the last 35, 40, 45, 50 plus years. And it's about the topics we want to cover because we don't give a goddamn about what you think. It's all about what we think. All right. Like I said, we're coming to you live from our YouTube page and from our Facebook page. If you want to join the conversation, all you got to do is jump in the chat and jump right in. Okay. All right. So we're going to get it started. Are we starting with week number 8 of the NFL? Are we going to start there, fellas? Or should we start somewhere else? Because this Washington football team, I don't know if we want to go there off the top. We'll go there. So
I want to apologize in advance. I'm dodging trick-or-treaters right now, so if I kind of go on mute and the lights get dark, that's me hiding from these kids knocking on my door. So
happy Halloween.
Just want to put it out there.
That dude is not going to take care of the kids, man.
I'm surprised folks out here doing trick-or-treating in the middle of COVID, man.
Hey, man.
What you think? Some bad candy?
Man, these people.
Hey, look, I'm glad you shot down Craig's idea of trying to get us to dress up about Halloween and stuff, man. So
wow.
That costume,
you want to wear that cat suit? You want to wear that cat suit, huh?
That wasn't good.
Did you say Craig you can wear a cat suit?
He wanted to wear that cat suit. That's what it was.
Oh, go ahead. Now you just mad because you couldn't go blackface.
That was it was a miss, but it was okay. It was okay. All right. So let's go right to it, man. Let's go to week number 8 NFL. Let's talk about our Washington football team. Another loss, another week, another loss, another subpar performance. All around the board. I think everything was bad, from coaching to the players to offense to defense, from offensive line to defensive line. I can't pick out a bright spot in the whole game. I mean, I think the worst thing about what's happening with our football team right now is actually it's part of the defense, and it's getting off the field on third down. It irritates me in key possessions and key times where we can actually probably do something and make a move in the game. We cannot get a team like the Denver Broncos. That's not even their offense. No knock to Teddy Bridgewater, but their offense is not that great, man. They're not that good.
Oh, wait. Melvin Gordon is no slouch. Jerry Jeudy is not bad. Sutton is not bad. They got players there. They just been hurt. But that was still a winnable game, man. I'm not taking nothing away from the fact that we stink right now. We stink. I got more. You were talking about the defense. I was more frustrated with the offense and the play calling. That when we did get the ball back, because Denver tried to give it back to us. We did get the ball back. We got four backup linemen in there, so we give up a sack. It's 3rd and 16, and we throw a 2-yard pass, and it's out of bounds.
Yeah.
Then on 4th down, we don't even get a chance to. He don't even get a receiver a chance to make a play on the ball. It just goes right out of bounds. And then the 2 Hail Marys, and then I'm gonna leave it alone after this. The 2 Hail Marys, because it's a lot of frustration behind it. The 2 Hail Marys right before half and at the end of the game, we throwing the ball to Cam Sims, who's listed as 6'5". He didn't jump either time. On a Hail Mary, on a jump ball.
Okay, yeah. But I just is it Ron? Is Riverboat Ron too? Come on, man. Look at the calls. No. Listen, on 4th down, he goes forward on 4th down after last week's game, seeing how we are not going to execute on a 4th and 1, a 4th and 5, a 4th and 3. We had we was inside the red zone. We was inside the 30-yard line last week.
No, in the
6
red zone.
times.
In the red zone 4 times. He didn't get a touchdown last week.
But he kept going for it. And I understand our kicker.
Right.
So what's the with our kicker?
No. They cut Dustin Hopkins, and then they bring in a dude whose last name is Blewett, and that's what the hell he been doing since he been here.
He
got more field goals blocked than he did made.
Man, our hater, the resident hater.
No, man, they just frustrated me real bad today. They just messed up my whole Sunday evening, man. I was having a good day today.
Somebody hit me on Facebook about 100 times, man. How you gonna bring this dude into your camp and his last name was Blewett? How you gonna bring a kicker? And he just kept on trying to post it on my page, but I kept on blocking the Bama so it wouldn't go on top of my I kept on blocking his. I was like, nah, you're not putting that on my page, dude.
Yeah, that should have been a telltale sign of what was to come. The Bama name Blewett. And he done blew every last kick that he done had so far.
I don't know, man. They make it hard to watch, man. It's just I'm like I said, man, we just got regular players at every position. Just with the exception of Chase Young, to be honest with you, who continues to make plays, we don't have anybody that has any Pro Bowl potential. If you
Landon Collins played good today.
Who? No, I'm not talking about
Landon
today.
Collins played today. Played good today.
I'm not talking about today. I'm talking about somebody through the course of these 7 games.
Terry McLaurin is the only other one, and not this year.
He's solid, but is he solid? But he's not putting up Pro Bowl money, so he's gonna get him out of the NFC. He's not even the best receiver on the Dallas Cowboys team right now.
They don't get him the ball, man. They don't get him the ball.
But what my point is that we real regular across the board, all across the board on every position, with the exception of Chase Young. We are just real regular.
What's up, Dane?
All right, this is some Wildcats podcast coming to you live from the some Wildcats universe on our Facebook page and on our YouTube page. And we're talking NFL week number 8. We're talking about our Washington football team. We're gonna get out of this, man. There's no need to really keep going and beating the dead horse, man. We are terrible.
I'm glad you said that, man.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. That's switch gears. That's switch gears, and that's I'm gonna go to probably 2 more games, and like you like, sir. Just like you like.
No, I take it back.
Like you like. I'm gonna go. I said 2 more games. 2 more games in NFL. 2 more games.
That ain't done.
I would talk about. Let's go with the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns, man. I'm really shocked that the Browns lost this game. I thought the Browns were going to with Baker Mayfield coming back. Is he overrated, man? Is it Baker's fault that they? I really want the Steelers to lose because there's so many Steeler fans that I be hating right now. There's so many, and the teams that I want to lose never fucking lose, man. And it's getting on my nerves. But
that goes to your choice of teams that you like. But the Browns are the Browns, man. It's just what it is. They the Browns, man. I mean, and I wouldn't even put it all on Baker. He had receivers dropping passes today. Odell Beckham had 1 catch for 6 yards. And played the entire game. 1 catch for 6 yards.
How many drops did he have is the question.
I don't know how many drops he had, but I was looking at the drops were coming from Jarvis Landry and some of the other folks, some of the other receivers that he had out there, Higgins, but it was a collective bad. They were bad collectively.
I'm lying, Keith. I'm gonna talk about a couple more games. I'm gonna stay inside the NFC East real quick. The Eagles look like they were the best team in the NFC East this week because they put up 44 points. But on the Lions, though, does that even count?
No.
The
so
Lions.
you can answer that for yourself. They 0-8 for a reason.
All right. And let's talk about later tonight, them Cowgirls taking on the Vikings. They are the best team record-wise in the NFC East. I'm not giving them that credit either.
With
I'm
Dak
not
not
gonna say
playing
that.
tonight.
He's out?
Yeah, they not play going with Cooper Rush. Sound like.
Well, okay. All right. So are the Cowboys going to be the Vikings? I mean, Kirk Cousins is starting. He is Kirk Cousins, but no. Okay.
I don't even care about that game tonight.
All right. Okay. All right. So there you have it. In Week 8 NFL wrap up right there. We're going to switch gears and get right into the NBA, and we're going to talk about, I guess right now, the best team in the NBA, in my understanding, my Washington Wizards, and they surprising me right now. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Not the best team right now.
I'm calling them the best team. In my opinion, they are the best team in the NBA. Okay, you want to go technical and record wise? Not everybody at the top of the league right now has a 5-1 record, so they're the best team for me right now. But nevertheless,
you said 5-1.
5-1. They 5-1 right now.
It's 82 games.
Hey, you gotta celebrate while you can,
a little
man.
Premature there, buddy.
Because my Washington football team is so terrible. Let's celebrate my Washington Wizards, man. We got a big win. Let's take a look at this last win right at the end of the game. I believe we took out Boston. Let's take a look at this.
Schroeder, 3 seconds. Brown, stripped by KCP. Wizards win it. Wow.
Now, see, they showing me something that didn't happen last year, and that's some defense, man. So, and they got a good. They picked up, with their Westbrook trade, they got a good little core of players. If they can stay healthy, they may do something. I know it's early in the season, but we should be focused on football. I know you can say all that because you're the resident Laker fan, and y'all looking terrible. Y'all looking terrible out there right now. Y'all haven't had enough time to mesh. I know it has to come together. You have to build the team or whatever.
First and foremost, I'm always a hometown guy.
Oh, whatever.
They just let me down so much. But I will say they look different with the pieces that they brought in from that Westbrook trade. And Dinwiddie. I like what they're doing right now, but they almost gave that game away yesterday. 2 times in the overtime period, going into overtime and then in the second overtime.
Hey, but that was, that was their second time in, I believe, 4 nights playing Boston. 3 nights playing Boston. I mean, come on now.
Conference game. I mean,
come on now. They beat them twice.
Divisional game.
I don't know. They looking good. They surprised me. I didn't expect them to be 5-1. I thought we were going to start off like a 0-6 right now. To be honest with you, I didn't think they were going. Yeah, I didn't see the Wizards.
They go to Craig that I know right there.
I didn't see why do you think 0-6?
Why 0-6?
Because I didn't think they were going to mesh like they're meshing right now. I didn't think Kyle Kuzma was going to be playing like he's playing. I know what's his name? Contavious Caldwell Pope. He shows up, and my man
with the bad turnovers yesterday, unforced turnovers.
My man, we played defense at crunch time at the end of the game. My man is Montrezl Harrell has been playing like he's possessed right now. We also down that dude Gafford. Gafford's out and been out for the last 2 to 3 games. So I mean,
2 games.
Well,
so I think you put him and Montrezl Harrell there. You got a decent front court. To go with those guys in the backcourt. With Bradley Beal is going, he gonna go with whoever guards you got out there. He gonna go at him. And Dinwiddie is
he's a closer. He's a closer if we need.
I ain't gonna go that far. If they need something to close, Bradley Beal's gonna have the ball in his hand.
But Dinwiddie can close if we need him to, though. Dinwiddie can get his shot.
I'm gonna say he's a formidable backcourt mate for him. And compliment him good, but it's still Bradley Beal's team. Don't get that twisted.
I'm not saying I didn't take the team away from Bradley Beal. I just said he's a closer.
You saying the closer? The ball gonna be in 3 hands.
If Bill does not show up or if Bill is off, we can get the ball in Dinwiddie's hand and he can make the shot. He can create the space and make the shot. He can hit that big shot. No, am I lying? I mean,
we'll see
You
how
just
that
talking
goes.
about your ass again. That's all. I'm not
Yeah,
disagreeing with you, but
okay.
you know,
All right.
you know, I think the pickups from the Lakers were really big, and what I think it does show is that how underappreciated. What they're starting to see now is all of those guys over the last 2 seasons that have come from the Lakers and gone elsewhere and kind of really been, major contributors to these other teams. To just let you know how undervalued some of these players was coming out of the Laker camp and stuff, man. Because as long as we can get nights where guys are averaging, all 4 of those guys, whether it be Caldwell Pope, Kuzman, Harold, Bradley Beal, or Dinwiddie, as long as we can get 3 to 4 out of them, averaging about 20 points a night, I think we're gonna be solid and stuff. I do like the front court. You got to think Thomas Bryant ain't even back yet. So once we kind of get Alfred back, Thomas Bryant, that'll solidify the backcourt and stuff, man. Some of these guys that the Wizards have been relying on over the last couple of years, I think we can kind of start maybe dumping their contracts and kind of letting them fade out a little bit. But
like who? Like who?
Like
who? Who you talking about?
The redhead guy. I'm not even gonna give him name.
You talking about Bertans? You talking about Bertans?
A lot of them I can't pronounce.
Big soft. Yeah, big soft.
Davis Bertans?
The big soft. How you 6'10" and don't want to rebound and don't want to defend? All you want to do is shoot threes.
Yeah. But sometimes we need that 3 ball, though. Sometimes that 3 ball comes, but he's not consistent enough. I got you. I'm with that.
At 6'10", I need a rebound from you. I need big nasty from 6'10". I don't need you shooting threes.
Okay.
You're in the way out there.
Who else, though? I mean, Bertans is one. We gave him the money. We didn't give nobody else the money for real. I mean,
you got to think last year's first round draft pick.
Oh, the boy. No, that's the boy from Gonzaga.
No, I'm talking about. I'm sorry, not this season. Last season.
Oh, I can't remember.
Let me look him up. Let me go ahead and go.
It's another foreign dude, though.
Yeah, it is. It is.
That was supposed to be like a score, and Dinwiddie gonna take them minutes. Dinwiddie and KCP gonna take them minutes.
Man, I love that dude Neto coming off the bench. Neto is, I think.
Yeah, he's a solid backup point guard.
He's a solid.
Neto we can keep. Neto we can keep.
Yeah,
he's a solid backup point guard.
We haven't even really seen Hachimura either. So I like I think.
Is Rudy hurt? Is he hurt too?
Yeah, he's hurt.
So you bring him and Thomas Bryant back with Gafford and Montrezl Harrell, and you got a real decent front court too. But
are they too small though?
No.
If they do it by committee.
Nah.
You got to think nobody in the East really, with the exception of the Sixers, got a solid, legitimate big man that can really, hurt us.
Giannis. And Adebayo.
Yeah, but Giannis is an anomaly because you're not gonna really play him. You're not really gonna play a center on him. And then Bam is an athletic small center. He's as big as Brian, to be honest with you. Bam is only 6'9", but he's just real active and stuff.
Yeah. And what's the big man? What's the big man from Brooklyn?
They just came back?
Yeah, with the dreads, blonde. Huh?
Oh, you talking about
not Aldridge. Not Aldridge. Yeah. Aldridge is, to me, he's more of a stretch forward to me than I ain't worried about him down there on the block either.
But the guy you're talking about, he's more of an energy guy. He's not somebody you posting up. You're not running plays for him.
Is it any post-ups in the league anymore?
Well, when I'm talking about big, somebody can kind of do it in the post. Like I said, Joel Embiid on the East is probably
that's it. That's it. He's probably the big center, but he'll still pull you out to the 3-point line too.
Oh, probably more so than he'll put you in the post.
Yeah.
All right, it's some Wildcats podcast coming to you live from the Wildcats universe. We're on our Facebook page and our YouTube page. We're talking NBA right now, and we're talking about our Wizards. They're looking kind of good out the gate. Let's shift to this new thing with the NBA rules of fouls with I guess that 3-point and 1 play that I guess that James Harden, I guess that trademark that he has made. He's made his last couple of years. I guess he made a career living at the line, and then in fact the NBA has put up. They're not calling it no more. They're not calling that that up up fake, and you get that type of foul. So, and Draymond Green has something to say about it. So let's listen to Draymond real quick.
Also say how satisfying it's been to watch the game of basketball without all those calls. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to curse in interviews, right? Can I say how satisfying it is to watch the game without all those terrible calls? That, guys cheating the game and grabbing guys and getting a foul. I've been really enjoyed watching basketball this year. I kind of had stopped watching the NBA a bit because it was just too much flailing and flopping and guys cheating the game and get free throws. So I thought I think that's been great, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention that because I think that's been fantastic.
Now, when he talks about the flailing and flopping at the end, he has to be calling out James Harden, LeBron James, and Steph Curry, in my opinion. I mean, flailing and flopping is what Steph and James Harden do. And of course, LeBron, the king, that's all he does is flop every time he gets hit. He cries and whines. So, in my opinion, he's calling his teammate out. He's calling out Harden. And, I mean, what you got to say about it? Keith, you making a face right now. What you got to say about it, sir?
I didn't hear him say a name while he was talking about that. He said the entire NBA. Now I did hear
they're in the NBA.
I heard some hate coming out of that because he's one of those players that can't make that move to draw that foul. So of course, yeah, you're gonna say that, and he's one of them dudes that was gonna end up with a rack of those fouls that he don't bit on that little pump fake or whatever it is. But I mean, the NBA is no different from every year they go and they look at they make certain plays a point of emphasis that they're going to change, and this was that this year. I don't think it was directed at any particular player, but I think that was one of the points of emphasis that they looked at to make the game better and to make it more of a better experience to watch, which is where he came back to eventually after saying all the other stuff, is that he's back watching the game again.
Okay,
So
I'll let you go. And what's your opinion on it? Am I wrong for calling out LeBron and Harden and
Steph? I think you might be digging a little bit there. That's he didn't, like you keep saying, he didn't say any names and stuff. Those are just the most notable. You can watch any NBA game, to be honest with you, going into last season, and you can see somebody attempting to make that move. You just got, just the Trae Youngs and the Hardens are just more notable players and stuff, man. But Draymond, he's a defensive guy, so I'm not surprised that he's happy. Like he said, he's not happy that he's happy with the rule and stuff. And I kind of agree, man. Some of the times, like I like last year or the last couple of years, I would look and I'm like, that was a foul. Right. So the offensive players are going to have to really make some adjustments. But I think what you're going to start seeing is some of these marquee players that have been kind of getting these calls, their numbers are going to take a hit. Like I think they were saying that like Harden's his free throws percentage over the past 5 games, he's only going to the free throw line 2 to 3 times as opposed to 9 to 10 times where he had been going in the past and stuff. So, teams are going to, players are going to have to adjust. Teams are going to have to adjust. So, I like it, to be honest with you.
And see, they made I was watching the Atlanta Hawks and Chicago, I think. One of the Hawks games last week that they had on, that was a national televised game, and the commentator made, he was talking about how Trae Young actually reached out to one of the officials to get a better understanding of that rule. But I think it's just like every year they look at it as a point of emphasis on something that they're gonna, fix to make the game experience a little bit better. But he reached out.
I keep hearing y'all saying to make the game better. I keep hearing y'all saying it, and I heard he said it too. It's like that wasn't part of the entertainment to see somebody get faked out of their boots and they hit a 3-point shot and it turns into a 4-point play. That wasn't the entertainment. I thought that was more of the entertainment. It
wasn't just the 3-point part of it. It was just that jumping into the. It wasn't just at a 3-point, just a 3-point shot. And I prefer to see the game in full motion than to see somebody shoot 30 free throws.
I understand. I feel you. I hear you from that standpoint of view. But at the same time, that 3-point shot is what makes the game right now. That's what transcended the game with Steph Curry and whatever the Splash Brothers. that 3-point shot is what makes it is what it is. And to see somebody get fouled on the 3-point shot and hit to make the 4-point play is something. It's the entertainment point of it. I mean, maybe that play should be let go and let them do what they do at the 3-point line, and then put an emphasis on everything else that's in the paint or outside of that. But I don't know. From an entertainment standpoint,
I think you made it a focus on the 3-point shot, not the lead. They just looking at that extra jump into the defender and all of that's what they're focusing on, not the 3-point play or the 4-point play.
Yeah, that was me.
Because you wanted it to be stick to those 3 guys that you mentioned in the beginning. Good job of bringing it full circle. Good job. Hey, Eddie Good, don't feed into that, my man. Don't do that, Eddie Good. Don't feed into it with him.
Yeah, he does, Eddie. He cries. Eddie Good talking about LeBron James. He cries. He's the biggest cry. Hey, Eddie Good is in our chat room right now. And LeBron James, you ain't lying.
They can see it. Everybody can see it.
Also, shout out to Raina Jackson in our chat room. It's a Wildcats podcast coming to you live from the Wildcats universe. We're on our Facebook and our YouTube pages right now talking NBA, and so we switch gears, gentlemen. Let's switch gears once again. Let's go to a topic in a little bit of entertainment, just a little announcement, just a little acknowledgement. Shout out to the dude Jay-Z. He was inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He was inducted by Dave Chappelle and Barack Obama. But the thing that kind of, I guess Jay-Z is a kind of a stand-up guy now, huh? He gave Dame Dash a shout out during his induction speech. And I just thought that was kind of, because we all know Dame does not fuck with Jay-Z right now. When every time he gets a chance to talk bad about Jay, he puts him down. But Jay showed him some love, and it was like, I was like, wow, that's a stand-up type of thing to do, even though you didn't do anything with the NFL. But anyway, we'll keep it moving. It's some Wildcats podcast coming to you live from the Wildcats universe. We're on our Facebook and YouTube.
The comments expressed by Craig Black are those of Craig Black, not some Wildcat.
We'll go back to football, and we're going to talk about Keith's biggest. He's the biggest fan of Coach Prime right now, and my man Dion, his attendance up at Jackson State. If y'all see this, surpassed. I guess since he's been on his IG, that the social media fanfare that Dion does, the attendance at Jackson State has passed some Power 5 schools. Jackson State's HBCU, and that attendance is higher than Maryland University, Cincinnati, Arizona, and Southern Miss. I mean, you see the numbers right there. Is it all because of Prime, or are they actually coming to see the kids play? Is this all Prime time? Is it all about Dion right now, or do the kids actually? Are the kids the stars, or is it Dion? That's what I'm asking.
Honestly, I think it's a little bit of both, man. I think Dion is getting them in the door, but right now, they're 7-1, 6-1 and stuff right now. So right now they're winning, and that in itself is enough to kind of get kids in the seat. Like Prime is getting them in the door, and the team is keeping them in their seats. So I think it's a combination of that and stuff, man. So.
Yeah, and I was shocked. When I initially sent it to everybody, I sent it because Maryland was the first one that jumped out. That was the first name. But Cincinnati is also on there, and Cincinnati is the number 2 team in the country.
Cincinnati is right now?
Cincinnati is number 2.
You ain't been watching college football?
No, I didn't see that ranking.
They're the number 2 team in the country after Alabama lost. Yes, this is the second or third week that they've been number 2 behind Georgia. But and then Arizona out in the Pac-12, they haven't won a game yet, and Southern Miss has been bad for a long time since Brett Favre left. So I'm not surprised by that, but I was surprised with Cincinnati. And then my whole point for saying it, for sharing that with y'all, man, was that looking at Maryland and knowing the type of athletes that we have around here, that it just baffles me that's a team in the Big Ten that don't have a higher average attendance than the HBCU. When you got the facilities, you have everything there, you have everything in front of you, and that's still what's happening.
Is that on campus?
But the problem with that, though, Keith, is that they're not winning. So
yeah, that's the case with all the schools that's on there outside of Cincinnati. That's the case with all the other schools.
Cincinnati is not really known as a as a football school and stuff. So that's not surprising and stuff, man. And
I mean,
but
they in
it doesn't
Ohio.
surprise me that, huh?
They in Ohio. I mean, Ohio has been a hotbed for football for as long as I can remember. So I'm not gonna say that they're not a football school. They've been.
When you think Ohio football, you don't think Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, you think the Ohio.
I mean, you got Ohio State, you got Ohio, you got a whole bunch of schools up there. You got
when I think of Cincinnati, I think of basketball.
Name, you know what I mean? So you don't.
Notre Dame is in Indiana.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Indiana. When you think of football in the state of Ohio, the first thing that don't come to mind is not Cincinnati.
University of Cincinnati.
Right.
I think Cincinnati. I think basketball.
But they number 2 though, and Cincinnati ain't really been a basketball mob since Bob Huggins left. But that is what they was more noted for.
Again, not to take anything away from what Prime is doing and what Jackson State is doing right now. They're 5-0 in the SWAC and stuff, man. They're 7-1 overall. So they're doing it on the football field and stuff, man. So Prime is backing it up. My question is going to be, honestly, how long will Prime be at Jackson State?
Right.
That's going to be that's my question and stuff.
Right. Because Florida State is still not winning. They brought his name up in that USC coaching vacancy that he kind of shot down. So it is going to be interesting to see how long he's going to stay there before he want to go to the big lights, because he is prime time and going to want to be in the prime time. But
he's making the big lights where he's at. And I hope he stays, man. I hope he stays. I hope he doesn't leave and go to the I don't know.
I think if Florida State comes calling, he can't tell them no. If that's where he played at, I think it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be real hard for him to tell them no.
He can tell them whatever. He ain't got to go there. I mean,
it's gonna be real hard to tell them no. That's just my opinion. Like, you had your opinion. That's my opinion on it.
I feel you. All right, this is Wildcats. It's some Wildcats podcast coming to you live for some Wildcats Universe. We on our Facebook page and our YouTube page, and we're just talking a little bit of football right now. And we're gonna jump back into the NFL real quick with a story that Keith sent to me, and he really wants to talk about this story. It's actually an ex-NFL wide receiver. His name is Terrell Pryor, and let me tell you the story about this guy. He flatlined twice after his girlfriend Shayla Briston stabbed him in the chest. He flatlined twice. You see, they leave it because they don't want to be a part of it. It's all good. All right, but he took her back. He got her charges reduced, and she served no jail time for stabbing him in the chest and flatlining twice. She served no jail time at all. But now this Bama is going to jail for throwing pumpkins at her ass for not leaving the club. Now, my whole thing is, man, I don't know, man. When you're in a relationship and you love somebody, it's all good. You can do what you want to do. When you in
a relationship and you love somebody, it's between those two people. We shouldn't even be talking about it.
Man, we should be talking about it, man. He's a former NFL player, and the dude almost died. The girl tried to kill him. He took her back, and now he's going to jail.
What did you just say? He did what?
He took her back.
Right.
Come on, man.
You can't tell nobody where their heart at and what that man feel. I can't look at him for that.
But now he's going to jail. But he allowed her not to go to jail for stabbing him, almost killing him. But now he's going to jail for being mad at her for throwing pumpkins at him. What do you mean? It's not nothing to talk about.
He ain't going to jail. Did he kill her with the pumpkin? He ain't going to jail. That's the relationship between them two people, man.
Man. All right, well, relationships are relationships.
Yeah. Close that bedroom door and get out of there.
Man, come on there, bedroom. Come on, man. You so personal about this. This is not.
Hey, get on out that bedroom, man. It is.
Their bedroom wide open when he went to the NFL, man. Everybody, your bedroom was on Front Street, man.
Wow.
When you almost die. When you almost die, come on now.
He playing football in his bedroom? That's what the NFL means to me.
He should have had that shield on his chest. He wouldn't have been flatlined.
Wow.
Hey,
close that man bedroom door, man.
That story came from I got that story off of IG from the Savoy Show. That's where I got that story from. So if anybody wants to see it, you'll go to the Savoy Show on IG, and that's where I got it from. Okay, just to let you know. All right. So Wildcats podcast. We on some Wildcats universe. And I'm gonna switch gears, and we're gonna bring it home to DC. Another story that Keith threw at me. So DC misused $82 million. The DC government apparently misused $82 million in housing funds. The funds were supposed to support the less fortunate / the poor in the city of DC. And I guess Keith has more background on how they misuse these funds. I was trying to figure out what exactly they did to misuse these funds.
I never saw how they misused it, but I know, you know, it was several housing complexes that have recently closed, and you have these residents, instead of being able to stay in the city, where that I'm sure part of that 82 million was supposed to be able to provide affordable housing for them, that they've had to move on the outskirts, whether it's PG County, Montgomery County, out Virginia, that they're no longer DC residents. And the funding that was supposed to be there, because they couldn't afford to do that. So now they're moving out to the neighboring counties, neighboring states, or what have you. And nobody seems to know what happened to that 82 million, where the 82 million went, or what it was used towards. So I just saw the article in the city paper, and I thought it was a real interesting thing with like Berry Farms just closing down, and then how they were talking about shutting down certain quarters and some of the old housing projects that we've partied with over the years, being moved out, you know, different places, man, and
he's talking about his cutthroat days, but go right ahead.
Not giving those residents a place to having a place to go, and the funding was supposed to be there for them, and it's, you know, it's just been swept under the rug and wasn't in the Washington Post or something that we've seen on the regular news, but coming out of the DC city paper.
Of course, it's not going to be, you know, in the public eye, because it was money stolen, taken from the less fortunate. It was a budget, what did you call that? A line item that was targeted toward a certain demographic that people don't want to deal with or talk about or even try to help out. That's why, you know.
I just when I saw the headline, it kind of caught me off guard, and you know, with everything in the middle of everything that's going on, and you're talking about the slum laws and all that type of stuff, that with 82 million, you can fix a lot of stuff with the housing department. You can get a lot of people, you know, in homes and you know, having them starting over fresh. And I don't know where that money went.
Yeah. It's just sad, man. You know, with gentrification, the city is what it is right now. You know, it's the new Southeast was crazy. You know, I didn't realize, I need to say this, I didn't realize that down there by where the old Mirage used to be, over there in Southwest, the Club 55, that spot, Southwest. You know, they rezoned that whole area, and it's the new Southeast. You know, it's
I believe it. I mean, it was on the borderline with it back then anyway. And I think when they did the Nat Stadium, I think that kind of threw a lot of that off when they took down a lot of those industrial areas back there, because it was mostly an industrial part of the city at that time when we was going down there outside of the clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time down there.
Yeah, a lot of time down at that Mirage. All right. So Wildcats podcast coming to you live from some Wildcats universe. We're on our Facebook page, our YouTube page. You can hit us up in our chat if you want to join the conversation. We're about to switch gears, and we're gonna go back to the NFL real quick and talk about. I don't want to keep beating my squad down, but I guess we got to go back to it. All right, so. Former employees of the Washington football team asking for culture investigation findings to be made public, asking for all that stuff that was going on behind the scenes that Danny Boyd was a part of, those emails, and your boy Gruden was a part of. They want all that stuff to go public, I believe. And Ron Dale refuses to put the information out there. What are they trying to cover up?
I don't know. It's definitely something there if they would find $10 million. it's definitely something there. And you had former employees going to Congress now asking for internal NFL investigation to be made public. I don't know what Congress can do or what where they have jurisdiction on that when it's a internal investigation. But it's something behind it because he gave up his position and gave his wife that position.
But
And
why is you said Congress? Did you say that?
yes, they were on the Hill.
This is my whole thing. What does that have? What does Congress have to do with the inner workings of a private business? It's like, if
I don't know, but that's where they were behind the emails coming out that they were saying that they never got a chance to see it, and maybe it was some folks that had that was an advocate for workplace harassment or whatever you want to call it, that felt like that fell in their area of expertise, and they want to see what's going on, and they're gonna look a little deeper into it.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I just think that it's a curse on our squad, man. And until Daniel Snyder is relieved of the team in somehow, some way, we're not gonna win, man. It's not. It's not. It's not gonna happen, man. We're not gonna have a win it. Even when last year we won division, we still were a terrible team, man. It's like, I think it's a Daniel Snyder curse, man. He's did something to this franchise with his ways and his whole, I don't know, persona. I'm blaming him, man. I just don't think it's not gonna happen with Snyder as the owner. I don't know if we could be taken from him. I don't know if we can shift the team. I don't know what, but that's just my opinion. We're a long way away from having a squad that's going to actually make a run deep into the playoffs outside of winning the division. It's terrible, man. But I don't know, Anthony, making faces. What you got to say, man? I'll throw it to you.
Honestly, I just don't know what to say, man. I can't even call them a Redskins no more. It's a lot of times winning masks a lot of things, and when you're not winning, it just brings everything to the forefront, man. It's just bad across the board and stuff, man.
Yeah, it's pretty much terrible. All right, so Wildcats Podcast coming to you live from the Wildcats Universe on our YouTube and our Facebook pages, and we don't have a FIUU candidate of the week, man. We ain't got one. We in the pregame in the production show, y'all didn't mention that one FIUU candidate of the week, man. So are we gonna skip over that this week? We got somebody in mind that we can make.
Nah, we can't
the
skip.
candidate of the week.
We can't.
Did
skip.
we make it Jada Smith? She didn't throw Will under the bus again.
Again.
So what did Jada Pinkett-Smith have to say about her husband this time, Mr. Coward?
She has a show, Red Table Talk show that she hosts with her mom and her daughter. And I think the last episode she had Gwyneth Paltrow on there, and she basically said that it's hard for her to be intimate with Will Smith, and basically just said that sexually, just at some level they're just not compatible. And then everybody went in on her and stuff. So then she's come back probably in the last 24 hours trying to clarify her position.
She actually said that shit. She didn't say that shit, man.
Yes.
I read the headline. She said that shit.
Yes.
I thought the headline was fake though, Keith. I thought that was not a real headline. That's
they got quotes. Unless something was taken out.
Get that headline from me.
Yes, unless something was taken out of context. Like I said, she's been kind of going on now a PR race and stuff to kind of clarify which her position on that.
She dancing
like. How can you clarify that shit? You just said it.
Hey man, I'm gonna tell you the only thing that I've been enjoying behind this whole thing of the memes been crazy, man. They've been crucifying her with the memes. I done seen that they said that she knows that Will Smith was the one that did something to Tupac and she holding it over his head, or she blamed him for it. It's been a whole bunch of conspiracy theories. It's been a rack of stuff, man.
This is the quote. This is a quote from her show. It's hard. The thing Will and I talk about all the time, a lot, is the journey, she said. We started in this at a very young age of 22 years old. I think you expect your partner to know what you need, especially when it comes to sex. It's like well, if you love me, you should know. If you love me, you should read my mind. That's a huge pitfall.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Jada Pinkett-Smith is the devil, man. She
Wow.
Oh man, so
hey man, she the devil, man. Come on now, let's think about it, dude.
This dude is not satisfying me, sexually, and I'm in entanglements.
Her son and daughter's little buddy, August Alsina. I mean, come on now.
And don't get me wrong, Will probably out there doing his, put like I have no doubt that Will is out there doing his thing, but
now that you said that,
he's not doing interviews and stuff.
Will must have did some really fucked up shit, man. Let's think about this. The way she's on this show and she's putting it out there to the world. You know what I'm saying? So he had to do something really messed up to get her in this position behind the scenes that we don't know about.
Maybe she's doing this to stay relevant because
she want to be.
She's not making movies and stuff. Will is still making movies and stuff, but she might got to do this stuff to stay relevant. She's trying to find her own show now. She's trying to keep herself in the news and in the limelight and her stardom, her star shining bright and stuff, man. So maybe this is how, because like now we're talking about her.
Well,
I'm gonna take the same
approach. You're gonna throw your husband under the bus like that. You're gonna put your sex life that's not happening. You gonna put your sex problems out to the world on your husband because you want to be relevant again. Come, she the devil, man. Come on, man. Ain't nothing else to put it. That's terrible, man. That's terrible.
Close their door, man. Come on out.
And then here you go. Here you go. Come on. Here you go.
Close the door. Come on out. Come on out.
She opened it up to us. She let us in.
The only reason I brought it up because I thought we needed an FIUU candidate. And
I agree with you. I agree with you. She won that one.
She's a candidate.
No, she's the winner.
God,
and we can put her in hospitality this week.
Hospitality? How's that hospitality?
How's it hospitality?
For lack thereof.
For lack thereof, hospitality.
Yeah. So come up with a better department for her than Craig Black.
I don't know. Make it a janitor. Make her clean shit up.
Put her in anatomy.
In the janitorial division.
Put her in anatomy, in biology or something.
Man, that is fucking terrible, man. I mean, like I said, Will Smith had to do some crazy stuff to her in that marriage that has not came to light, that he's not saying, and it's probably just cheating with women over time. She is just,
she's 22 since they was 22 years old, and when he went to a certain extent of when he hit that status of making 20 million per film, he had a lot of shit at his disposal.
And she probably put up with a lot of it because it sounds like a woman scorned. That's what it sounds like. It sounds more like,
But my thing is, like you said, she not only telling like the world, she on there with her mama, with her daughter. I'm like, God damn. And then she having like conversation with strangers and stuff. I'm like, damn.
Is that bad parenting right now? I mean, come on now. It's like you put it out there.
Kids are grown and stuff, man. So
I don't know, man. All right. Well, so Wildcats Podcast, we're coming to you live from the Wildcats universe on our Facebook page and our YouTube page, and we have our FIUU candidate of the week. This is what you come here for every week. and we process Jada Pinkett-Smith's paperwork, and it's being processed. She's on full scholarship. She's going to be in the hospitality department per Keith because she has no hospitality. I'm trying to put her in, give her a religious degree because something in religion, because she is the devil and she needs she needs some holy water on her. So paperwork been processed. You have it. There you go. Jada Pinkett-Smith. She is the FIUU candidate of the week. It's done. There you go. Yeah, I'll give it up for her.
Wow.
Damn, boy. That's terrible.
Man.
Go ahead. Go right in.
Hey, I did have one more shout out, but once you make your announcements, I can give my shout out when you ask for it close to the end. Go
okay,
ahead.
well, we close to the end right now, so we're right here. We're on the end. So let me before we get up out of here, gotta shout out that dude, the alter ego Craig the Critic. It's something you need to check out. That's on Netflix.
Wait.
Colin in Black and White. Colin in Black and White on Netflix. Colin Kaepernick, his documentary about himself. He narrates it. It's 6 episodes. It's a must see. You got to watch it. Courtesy of Craig the Critic. I told the fellas to watch it. They told me they didn't have time today. They had to watch football. But nevertheless, Craig the Critic highly recommends it. Y'all got to check it out. Okay, Colin in Black and White. It's on Netflix and it's great. It's damn good. For real, for real. All right, you got a shout out, Keith, right here, sir.
We don't mess with the dude, Craig the Critic, whoever the hell he is. But nah, man, I wanted to give a shout out to Miles, man, that ran the Berry Farms League. Man, Miles took a position with at Howard University. He's doing their play-by-play at Burr Arena for Howard men's basketball home games this year.
Okay.
He's gonna be. He's been they play Bowie State tomorrow.
Bowie State tomorrow and stuff, so I'll be there tomorrow.
And it's supposed to be free. From the way that they saying it was free tickets, so I guess it's first come first serve. But Miles has signed something with Poobie, man, that they're doing. He's gonna be the one that's doing the play-by-play live at the arenas, doing all of their home games this year.
All right, so shout out to Miles. Okay, all right, got a good little gig. I feel you, Miles. Also, got to mention this, and on a sad note, shout out to some of our Wildcat family, Northwestern High School family. We lost a couple of members of the class of '89. First, I got to shout out my sandbox buddy, dude I grew up with. A lot of people know him as Booby, but we lost Ronald Moss a couple of weeks back, and I didn't get to send condolences to him, to his family and his kids. Shorty's brother, we lost Shorty about a year ago, but these guys grew up with him. My man Ronald Moss, aka Booby, man, rest in peace, rest in power. And also my man Thorne Jenkins, just found out he passed yesterday through Curly on Facebook. It's crazy, man. The times we're in. So special shout out to some of our Wildcat family. And from a personal note, from me, my family member, not a Wildcat, but my big cousin, my man, my brother, man, Derek Blackman, LaShawn's my big cousin LaShawn's big brother. He passed yesterday as well, and just sending condolences to my Aunt Gloria. Love you to death, and it's life, man. Things happen, and never can prepare for stuff like this, but it's real. So shout out and condolences to my Aunt Gloria and my cousin Lisa and the whole family. I don't want to end on a sad note, so we got to bring it back up a little bit. So we show love to Black businesses all throughout DC, Maryland, Virginia, and throughout the whole United States. We show love to Black businesses. So shout out to our resident Black business, Ezra Technologies, that specialize in what, Anthony?
Watching the Dallas Cowboys tonight.
There you go.
That's what they specialize in tonight.
Also, shout out to PJ's Coffee in Bowie, Maryland. My man Mike Harris and his beautiful wife out PJ's Coffee. And I cannot forget Henderson Automotive in Queenstown, Maryland. Been around for as long as I can remember. Queenstown, Maryland, doing their thing. Shout out to Henderson Automotive. And I can't forget the Burton and Craig Shields Foundation. That program they put on, the Community Cuts for Kids. Shout out to them. 2022 is coming. We're planning already for next year. So Community Cuts for Kids, go to the Craig Shields Foundation.org website. Go to the Craig Shields Foundation.org. Go to the website. You can find out all the information about Community Cuts for Kids. We're going to be 21 years in St. Louis, and we'll be 5 years in the DMV. So that's what we're doing. Fellas, you got any other things y'all want to cover before we get up out of here? No, that's it.
We good, man. We good.
Hey, Malik, we appreciate you. Do what you do, man. Make it happen. Thanks for checking us out. We're going to get up out of here. And, always, we're here every 2 weeks. So our next show will be when, Keith? I'm not sure. When's the next show going to be? Next time we're going to be on, Keith?
2 weeks, like you just said. 2 weeks.
You ain't got a date for us?
We need some Exodus music.
Okay. We'll have that next week for y'all. So y'all check. The next 2 weeks when we come back, we'll have some Exodus music.
Wait a minute. What's the date?
Of Anthony.
What's the date? What's the date?
I don't know.
The day the 31st. The day the 31st. So next week will be what, the 6th?
I don't know. I got to count the 13th. Okay.
Right, there you go. 6th and the 13th.
We'll be on the 13th.
Yeah, we go again on the 14th.
The 14th. All right.
There you
November
go.
14th, we'll be back here. We go every 2 weeks, y'all. So y'all check us out. You'll see replays from this show on both our pages on YouTube and on Facebook. All right, thanks for checking us out.
Maybe Craig will do a different promo for the next one.
I like the promo. Y'all tell us what y'all think about the promo. Promo was good.
There you go. Yeah. Tell Craig what you think about the promo.
Okay. All right, we out, y'all. Thanks for checking us out.